The Red Umbrella is a moving tale of a 14-year-old girl's journey from Cuba to America during the Fidel Castro's revolution. 14-year-old Lucia Alvarez lives a charmed life on the beautiful island country of Cuba. She loves reading the latest fashion magazines, daydreaming about her crush, and planning her upcoming quinceañera with her best friend. Lucia Alvarez, her little brother, and her parents live a carefree life in a sleepy Cuban town until soldiers show up and begin to strip away freedoms. Things in her small town became too dangerous to live in. Her and her little brother were moved from Cuba to Nebraska in search for a safer environment to live and to be a kid. Her parents did this through an operation called Pedro Plan, an organized exodus of more than 14,000 unaccompanied children whose parents sent them away to escape Fidel Castro revolution. Once she got to Nebraska, a very nice family named the Baxters took her in. Said, "I've always wanted my parents to give me a little more freedom. Now I was about to experience complete independence." My stomach churned. They lived in a very small town in Nebraska and had to do lots of chores around the house and work on the farm. Lucia and her brother even helped plant seeds on the farm. The Baxters were a very religious family, and Lucia and her brother were not used to that. After being away from her parents, taking care of her brother, and forming a new life in Nebraska, Lucia finally finds her independence. Lucia knows that she can make her own decisions as the young lady that she has become through this experience. After being in Nebraska for some time, Lucia and her brother find out that their mother can get a visa out of Cuba and come to the United States. However, their father cannot get one and must stay in Cuba. Once their mom arrives in Nebraska, Lucia and Frankie reunite with their mother at the airport. In the distance, they see their father and realize that he snuck onto a plane and got to America even though he did not get a visa. And Lucia realized that the family is back together and they all lived happily ever after in America. The Red Umbrella is a very good book and got me thinking about how my life is way different than somebody else's life, like Lucia Alvarez. Her culture affects her life greatly. Living in Cuba during the revolution meant she had to move to America. I've never even had to move from a town. I couldn't imagine moving countries, especially without my parents. The struggles that Lucia Alvarez and her family experience is nothing that I've ever had to experience in my life. After reading this, I have become much more grateful and thankful for where I live and the opportunities I have and how safe we are here in Chanhassen.